Hey guys, how you doing? So, I thought I'd jump online real quick because I've just had in the post today the new, well I say new for me, Star Wars Legion Clone Wars core set. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing of that and a couple of the other extras, which are the Commander Cody expansion, Anakin Skywalker expansion, and the Republic Specialist, just so I can show you guys what's in those boxes before I get to doing streams where I put them together, where I paint them and do X, Y, and Z. If you end up tuning in while this is live, then cool beans. You know, let me know if any volumes are wrong in chat. Usually I'm starting a stream and I'm muted, so, you know, if that's the case, let me know. If not, I guess we'll see you on YouTube once I upload this video. So, I already have the Galactic Empire set, so the well, Galactic Empire timeline one, which is, you get obviously like Stormtroopers and Darth Vader, and then you get Rebels and Luke. And I've got some extra expansions and stuff to go with those ones as I begin to get into painting Legion and I begin to get into learning about how to play the game. I've decided that I wanted to get this one as well because my two kids have really delved heavily into the Clone Wars and to the Dave Filoni kind of early era stuff. And to be honest, they were kind of like the films that I grew up with. I loved the original 3 films. I do like the prequels. And yeah, I really wanted to get like all the minis because I love Star Wars. So yeah, I'm going to open this one and we'll see what we get inside. As always, I'm a big fan of box art. But inside, we end up with 39 plastic miniatures, so that's obviously the Separatist and the Galactic Republic, so clones versus droids. You get 8 plastic barricades, which are really cool. You get 8 with the other core set as well, and that gives you kind of like cover or breaking up line of sight. Not that I know overly how to play yet. I've watched a few videos, but like this is one of the things, like I said, I'm going to be learning to play as series goes on and I get to painting all of these. You end up with 15 dice, which I'm a big fan of dice. You get 3 movement tools and a range ruler. You get 8 unit cards, 40 upgrade cards, 14 command cards, 12 battle cards, 1 round counter, 107 assorted tokens, and 1 learn to play booklet. So all of that is in one pretty small box, to be honest, but it's really cool. Reasonably weighted and fantastic art. So I'm going to crack this open and let's get to it now. I'm probably in a minute. Which camera are you? Are you this one here? Cool. If I need to get any close-ups or anything, I'll stick that camera on, but I don't think I will need to for the time being as I get into this. So hopefully the volume's not too loud, but also that this packaging as I take it off doesn't just go and cause horrible noises everywhere. So let's have a look. Throw that over there. Hopefully, just like we're doing the new Warhammer 40k show that we've got going on, which started last night, which was 2 Guys 1 Cup. So if you haven't seen that, that should be going up onto the channel. Again, if you're watching Twitch, it'll be going up tonight/tomorrow morning once the video finishes editing, and then yeah, it'll be in our painting section on the YouTube channel. I'm also going to do some DD painting series and going to be doing some Legion painting series as well, so hopefully you can just come hang out and chill out while we paint minis. So, a nice fitting box. Inside, that's cool. So the Learn to Play book has a nice clone trooper on there, which obviously the original one, the Galactic Empire book, I believe. I'd have to look back at the video and go into the box again. I want to say it was a Stormtrooper, or possibly the Empire logo. But that's your Learn to Play book, which is actually, you know, relatively thick in the grand scheme of things. You've got your instructions on how to put minis together. So you've got your clones there, your droids. And it is just the Phase 1 clones in this one. You can get Phase 2 and other minis for the expansions. I picked up some Phase 2 to just practice some painting on the other day. You get the B1 battle droids in here and Grievous, some droidicas, and then some speeder bikes for the clone troopers. This one goes into all of the rules, the attack actions, and everything that you need to do to play. Some of the tokens there that go with the dodge action, leaders and cover. Yeah, so this is a rulebook. This is your basic rulebook. And I know that since... oh, that's a good shot of Obi-Wan there. That's good. It gives you a little painting guide as well, actually. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that was in there like that. However, I lost whatever train of thought I was on there. So, we have one rule book, which is grandiose. Then, you've got your punch boards. This has got, obviously, all of your different tokens, your round counter, and I'm assuming things like dodge tokens, maybe? I will have to go in and have a look. But very much, if you ever played X-Wing... Well, I say I haven't played that since first edition, actually. But you get punch boards, and you could have all your tokens in there. I might look at trying to get some acrylic tokens, if that's a thing for Legion. You have your 8 barriers, and I think I will actually bring up the other camera so we can show you. Should be that one there. So, these barriers, and I've already painted up the ones from my other core set. And they're really good, just the general sci-fi terrain. They are... Let's go there. So that is, one way round. You've got a little console on the back of there. But it's quite nice. If I grab 2. And they're all different. So I think you get 2 of each style, maybe? I'll have to have a proper look. So we'll put one forward and one backwards. And I've say if I've got a Necromunda Mini in front of me, that's a Van Sar on one side of it. And that is a Van Sar on the other side of it. Scaled for 28 to 32, which is awesome. So you get 8 of those in there. We like that. So I know that for me personally, I'll be using those for Legion, but also for Starfinder, and hopefully some point in the future Cyberpunk Red. I think that would be quite cool. Bases, they come in 2 separate colours if you don't paint minis, so that you can tell your factions apart, or your warring armies apart. You've got your blue, and you've got this kind of like sandy bone colour. But I'll be basing mine up, which is actually, I'm hoping, going to be the first stream that we do on the channel for Legion, is I'm going to be doing the clone army and the droid army on Geonosis. So I've been practicing my Geonosian terrain bases, which I think you can see like the basics of on my Instagram. So if you go to @thedragonborn, unless I put it on the Dragonborn Ministries one, it's on one of them. Hey, go like, follow my Instagram. That's where I'm mostly active on socials. So, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hello there. We have a miniature in a baggie, which you do have to put together. And this is in his Clone Wars armor. So if you've seen the Dave Filoni Clone Wars series, he's got those awesome shoulder pads on and, his braces and everything. And what's really nice, and I'll see if I can get really close for you, is the miniatures are well detailed. So a lot like Warhammer, you put them together, but the ones in the core set have been taken off the sprue already, compared to... come on, focus in. Obviously, a lot of the ones that you get further on. I say that, actually, I can see a sprue in there. So there's Obi-Wan's face, which is really well detailed. And I'm... So far, what I've found with a lot of the Legion minis that I did for my Empire army, and they're bits that had skin showing, so not just the Stormtroopers, the actual, like, Iden Versio, I did her without her helmet on. And the miniature lent itself to painting so well, because the detail is really, really good. And I come from a background of like painting a lot of Nolzur's minis, like the WizKids ones, which they're good, but they're like £4, £5. If you're in America, like $5 for a pack of 2. You can't expect the same quality that you get when you pay for something a bit higher up, like the Games Workshop stuff and like the Atomic Mass Games ones. But they are phenomenal. They are really well detailed, and that's some of the clone troopers. And you get 1 or 2 in each bag, and you get quite I think the 2 Phase 1 clone trooper units you get, they're duplicate of each other, but you get, I think, a pose or 2, an individual pose for each one, and I think it's a unit of 7. So we have more clone troopers there. I think what I'm looking at here is all clone troopers. That one's taking a knee. More clones. Heavies, so you also get, things like those lovely heavy blasters in there. I'm just going to put these to one side. I'm going to show you what else is in this. You've got like another heavy there with an RPG. Yeah, so those ones are all clones. So we like that. You've got bigger bases. These are for, just like with the... so I'll show you that on the big camera. So, whereas your minis are going to sit onto the blue and the... What have I done with those? There they are behind those. Obviously, that's your smaller bases. You know, for your individual clones and droids, Obi-Wan and Grievous. But obviously, that big one there and those ones there, these will be for your bikes, your droidicas, and your other bigger vehicles and stuff that you get within the core sets. You can obviously go off and buy other additional bits here and there, but I digress. We're just looking at what we've got here today. So we've got some clones, we've got some bases, we've got the dies. So you've got all of those in there. And I'm not going to go on to explain the dies because I don't know yet. They look great, and I'm sorry about the rattly plastic, but the mics will pick up everything. Let's have a look at your movement and range rulers. They come in parts. I'll do that on the bigger camera actually, rather than keep showing it over there. So the range movement rulers even split apart and go together, but they are designed to move. So I believe it's not just a straight line. You can angle and go from what I've seen online so far. Range ruler. Your 1, 2, and 3. You've got your cards here for all of your different units and all of your upgrades, which, if I imagine if it's anything like X-Wing, or if it's anything, you know, like any war game, you put points together and build an army based off a certain amount of points that you need to use. So, or you need to aim towards. I wonder if these are all generic or if they are... Oh, okay, so General Grievous gains 1 Surge token. So that one, yeah, it says it there if it's specifically for someone. This one's for General Grievous, Training the Jedi Arts, that one's Obi-Wan Kenobi, but then Ambush and stuff seems to be just on 1 unit. Doesn't have anything at the top there. But I'm not going to go through all of those individually, because we're just here to have a look at the actual physical contents of these today. Your other upgrade cards, so I guess like X-Wing, these must be like units and stuff, where these ones are like your what you buy to like beef out your units with extra guns and equipment and whatnot. So what have we got here? This looks like a bike. Yes, so you get in the Galactic set, you get a T-74, I think they are, speeder bike. So the ones from Return of the Jedi, those, you're not going to see that on that one. That was there. The Return of the Jedi bikes, whereas this is the clone variant of that, so like the precursor to the Galactic Wall. Then, all of the droids are on a sprue. That is a lot. We can see Grievous's cloak there, actually. Grievous's cloak is looking very, very detailed. Let's get rid of some plastic and have a look here. So, this sprue here is General Grievous. This one is, you've got like his cloak here. You can have him with a blaster arm. He's got his lightsabers. And let's face it, I'm going to have him with all 4 lightsabers out because that's the way we go. Now, where is his face? There it is. So, I'll put that down onto this one here. Or will I? There is Grievous's face. So saying how small that is compared to my nail, I don't have the biggest hands in the world. That's pretty well detailed. So that's awesome. You've got your droidica parts there. I'll just show you on this camera. I don't know why I keep going to that one. So there are your droidica parts. We've got more droidica parts. These are more droidica parts. Here are the B1s. So your Roger Roger battle droids on a few sprues there. And I haven't quite worked out what full scheme I'm going to do for those yet, but I think it's basically going to prime them in Wraithbone and then dirty them up. I probably won't use a wash, but I will probably go in and put the lines into the depths and stuff. But so far, that's the core box. You've got your squads, 2 squads of droids, and then your heavies and your commander. And then same with the clones. You've got 2 units of Phase 1 clones, and you've got your bikes, and your commander is Obi-Wan, who I am desperately looking forward to painting. Probably, between him and Grievous, is, for me, one of the only reasons to do get the core set if I never play is I get to paint Star Wars minis. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, so that is the end of the core box. I'm going to put the lid back on that, and then I'm going to open up the other expansions that I picked up. So let's put that lovely lid back on there. In all fairness, they look good on a shelf, these boxes. So there you go. That is the Legion Clone Wars core set. Next, some upgrades for it. This one is the Republic Specialist. So I want to say that these are like your scout troopers for the Empire forces. I don't personally know, because again, I've not actually played the game. What I do like is the look of these. And just like I think the scout troopers are my favourite kind of trooper in the Empire and Rebels box, I really like the specialists for the clones. So that's everything in the box, but what we get is your standard instructions for putting them together, which is a single page, which is like folded into a little booklet, which you get. Personnel expansion. Yeah, that's just your how to put them together and how to go with it. You got a little colour picture there. I like that. I hadn't actually seen that before with the hologram. That's very cool. And to say I don't want to nick that and put that on Commander Cody is an understatement. But that's your specialist's instruction booklet. I'll put that one back in the box. Let's have a look at this. You get your bases, 4 of the sand coloured ones, minis on a sprue, and punch board and cards and upgrade cards. Once more, the detail on the minis is usually pretty good. Let's have a look. So, you have a selection of heads, which is really cool because, let's go that way. Whoop. I can't remember where my camera's at. You get some with helmets on and some with helmets off, and you can select which one do you want to do. So you're going to have bits left over, which so far I've been collecting all of my spare bits to then possibly kit bash either some dead minis together or maybe some terrain bits and pieces, or maybe even a full mini if I can in time. So let's have a look on this one. Yeah, you got a few different clone helmets on there, which is awesome. I really like the Commander's one there. His armour and his is it a skirt? I actually don't know what that is called. I'm sure it's got a real name. That's really cool. I really like those. And that is everything in that particular box. Let's go on to the next one, shall we? As I cat-handedly put these away. That's your specialist. Right, next up. Ooh, Anakin or Cody. Let's stick with the theme. Let's stick with Cody. And stick with the clones for now, and then we'll get to Anakin. I know that I'm going to paint up my clones as the 212th. So this is the 212th for Obi-Wan's Legion, led by Commander Cody, which is why I got Commander Cody. And my kids are heavily into the Clone Wars at the moment, and one of them loves Commander Cody, one of them loves Rex. So I grabbed Anakin, and hopefully we'll grab Rex at some point too. But where I wanted to get mine from, it wasn't in stock. So, Cody, let's have a look at you. There are your cards and your punch board. Yeah, so Clone Commander Cody is a definitive not expansion, upgrade card right there. So I'm assuming that it's got to be bring it down, and it says Clone Commander Cody. So that's got to be for him. Instructions. So there are 3 bases in the Commander Cody set. And I presume that is because you get 3 minis. Ah, post-it. That's going on the wall. That's really cool. I didn't know that was coming in this. So that's awesome. And that's going on the wall. You get... Pretty sure it's 3 minis. Because there's 3 bases. 3 heads, 3 bodies. Yes. What am I missing? It is 3 plastic miniatures, 1 unit card, 3 command cards, 2 upgrade cards, 1 token sheet, 1 insert sheet. Nice. I will check those later to see if the other ones are named or if they are just upgrade units for the same thing. That's really cool. So, let's have a look at the sprue. So, Cody's sprue is a singular sprue. Let's go this way. And we have... There is a battle droid on here. Is that part of the... Ah! You can put that on Cody's base. That's awesome. I'm definitely going to do that for the Geonosian bases. So, let's bring this up to this camera here. Right there, that flat body. That's a down B1 battle droid, which is really cool. So I liked that Moff Gideon came with his like little TIE fighter bit, and although I've not used that bit because I'm doing mine on city terrain, because I'm going to do Geonosis for the Clone Wars, which you can see on there, Cody's base has got that down droid. I'm going to do that, have it all dusty like he's running over it. What else did we get on here? So you've got 6 different helmets, though. So, 8 different helmets. Wowzers. There's going to be a fair amount of kit bashing we can do with this. So, let's see, let's bring it up here. There is... I need to flip my cameras around. A few different battle droid parts, and you've got those helmets there, which are not going to focus now that I want them to. There you go. So you've got a fair few helmets there, but then there's also the open face for Cody and any other clone that you need it to be, and the other helmets there, which is absolutely tons. And I think if we're going to kit bash stuff later on, that's pretty awesome. Because I know that with one of my Phase 2 clones, I had one of them, I kit bashed one apart and then had them holding their helmet. But I think that having maybe some lie around, maybe like on some of the battle droids and on the droidicas, we could have like clone helmets on the ground, or if there's any leftover limbs, we can like have them buried in the Geonosian sand. That could be very cool. So that is... It's quite a small amount in there, but that is a very, very cool set. I think what they've got on that sprue is a lot. And for saying that you get 3 minis and you can change up what you do with them is pretty awesome. And that brings us to the last one that we have for the day. That is Anakin Skywalker. So, again, mostly I'm going to be going with a paint scheme of the 212 for my clones, which is obviously Obi-Wan's Legion. That's his force, the ones in yellow and what we recognise Commander Cody as. But my kids are really heavily getting into Star Wars now, and they really like Anakin and Rex. So in time I'll get Rex so that they can play as him as we learn. But also Anakin, because, let's face it, dude's cool. So we get our standard put them together sheet. There are 2 separate heads, apparently. A11 and A12. Oh, you can have 2 different poses with this one, which is cool. So you can have him two-handed grip or with open stance, which is nice that we've got that versatility again, and it means we're going to get spare parts again, which is always fun for kit bashing down the line. Another nice bit of artwork there. And you get a quick rules reference guide, which I'm assuming will go towards his particular abilities. Punch board and cards. Different stances on those ones. His mini, base even, and then the mini on the sprue, which definitely going to be kit bashing some stuff with the extras. So we've got 2 different heads, which I imagine are angled slightly differently for the need of having the 2 different stances. Which again, the detail on them is really cool. And then we've got actually the whole sprue there. So you've got 2 different lightsabers, which is obviously the 2 different stances. If one's a double grip, which is going to be this one here, because you've got the second hand just down there. Come on. Right, straight on this one then. One. There you go, there's the second hand. We got there eventually, guys. There it is. So yeah, so you got the two different stances on there, and I was trying to work out if you could have two different, full different bodies, but I don't think you can. I noticed that there was two fronts and two backs, but there's only one set of legs. So I don't think they quite give us enough to make two different Anakins. But I mean, still not bad. We can probably Millie put together a little something, or we can find a way to use the rest of those parts quite easily. We definitely have can magnetize them possibly. Yeah, but again, we're just looking at what's in the boxes today, and that is Anakin. That's all three of them. So say three, and that's the three expansions and the core set that we've now opened up. And as more things show up in time, then we'll unbox more things. But Anakin, Cody, specialists, and of course that core set for the Clone War era. Cool. Well, thank you for tuning in. And again, if this is on YouTube, if you know more about these and you want to tell me any of the rules, or say if there's any expansions that you think I should get, let me know in the comments down below, and then I will look at unboxing anything further on, getting things, and then hopefully getting to some painting streams for Star Wars Legion. But until then, we'll see you next time.